Well, good morning, Res Prez. Middle of the morning here. Hope you are well on this hot day. I can't help but to think about doing these videos for the last few months, though they've become a little more inconsistent recently. But months ago, sitting back here in a nice, cool spring weather, that is not today. So hopefully you're finding a way to escape the heat and stay cool. Wanted to check in with you on a few things. First, just an update on our public worship together on Sunday mornings. As you know, tomorrow will be our fourth Sunday, so 1 month in to public corporate in-person worship, and I look forward to being with you as we continue our study in the Psalms of Ascent. Tomorrow will be Psalm 125, and just a couple comments on our in-person public worship. Number one, we're really pleased with how it's going. Everybody on our staff and team, volunteers, are doing a great job. People have been very complimentary with regard to our procedures and process, and we believe it's achieving the goal of safety and function in a way that we want to, yet at the same time, we believe what we're doing is faithful and glorifying to the Lord and a good opportunity for worship as well. As you know, those are services where you have to register, and just want to encourage you to do that. In fact, tomorrow at this point, we have more registrations than we've had thus far, and so we're encouraged to see that, but there's still space and time. We cut that registration off today at noon, which will be just over an hour from when you're watching this video. And after that, if you really, really are desperate to come and you didn't meet the registration window, send me an email and we'll see what we can do for tomorrow. I really want to encourage you, if you're able, to start to look to re-implement public worship back into your routine. Of course, we understand that there are many of you who have health concerns who cannot worship in public, and we honor and respect that. There are others of you who we know are just simply uncomfortable for one reason or another. We know people have been traveling. But beyond that, if you are willing and able, especially physically, to worship in person, we really want to call you back to worship on Sunday mornings. And that's our plan and our hope, to be able to keep doing it and keep all things in place with regard to safety and precautions that are necessary. At the same time, we are reevaluating and understand where cases are right now in Knoxville, and are definitely consulting all the material that we need to with regard to safety and continuing in that way. One more comment on what worship, and it has to do with our online format. As we expected, there's been some bumpiness in our transition. We loved what we were able to produce when we were online only. We knew that some of that would decrease in effectiveness and even quality when we made the transition to in-person public worship, but we are committed to keeping high quality, both audio and video, and we're also committed to being able to offer that on Sunday mornings, which we've not been able to do yet. Tomorrow morning, assuming all things go right technically, we will be live streaming our service on our YouTube channel beginning at 9:30 a.m., and it'll be a trial. We haven't done it before, so we just hope it works. And then we'll evaluate after the fact. In case it does not work tomorrow, it will be recorded and then posted on Sunday afternoon, which we know that is not ideal, and it's our commitment to being able to offer you an online worship experience on Sunday mornings for the foreseeable future. We know we will do this the rest of the year at least, and we really want to improve the quality of that for you as far as online worship. And then another couple comments that are just more in the general realm as far as where we are as a church right now. Overall, philosophically, we as a staff and our leadership, with necessary caution and wisdom and sensitivity, are continuing to lean into pursuing our ministry endeavors. So I would not put us in a state right now of what would be called pullback. I've been doing a lot of reading of different businesses and their approaches during this time, and pullback is a word that some businesses are using. And while I would say, and I want to reiterate, we're going to be cautious, we're going to be sensitive, we are going to be wise, yet at the same time, with regard to what we're doing as a church, what we believe God's called us to do, I would not put us, as we move forward and look to the fall, in a phase of pullback. We're going to continue to lean into and offer opportunities as we see fit and is wise and safe to do, not only in worship, but even outside of worship. And so a couple of those things specifically that will be happening. Hopefully you know that we're relaunching our RPI groups. These are holistic intensive Bible study groups for men and women that will run the course of 9 to 12 months. They will start the week after Labor Day. Leanne Webster, who is our women's coordinator as well as our children's ministry coordinator, is running point on the women's groups, and I'll be helping run point on the men's groups. And so we're excited that those will be launching. You'll see more information about those in the coming weeks, an opportunity to sign up for them. And we're really encouraged about the way those went last year, and we're encouraged about what will happen with those this coming year, starting the week after Labor Day, Lord willing. Also, there are other new fellowship and community building initiatives that are being discussed right now. One such of those is a gathering for 55 plus. Stephanie Wallace and Lori McKelvey have been talking about this for a while, even before COVID hit, and this is an opportunity, we believe, particularly with some outside gatherings and a particular niche and demographic within our church that are really desiring to gather and connect with each other. And so we're going to lean in to an initiative there, and there'll be some others that'll follow with that. And then one other thing that we're leaning into right now that would be outside the realm of what you would call pulling back, and that would be in the realm of facility and building improvements, which we've talked about for a while, but in some ways more than others, right now is a really unique and a strategic time to make some improvements to our space. And so one such improvement will be we are building or purchasing a new playground area outside at First Cumberland that'll be really conducive for our kids and families to gather outside after worship. And so we think that's going to be a great thing. We're also exploring some aesthetic improvements in the gym area, as well as some aesthetic improvements into some of the classroom spaces, both for children when they'll be able to regather, but also for our women's groups or other small groups that'll meet at the church. We really just want to see if we can improve some of the aesthetics and some of the beauty of that. And then lastly, we've got some new space at our office in our back building. And so right now we're building that out in a way that will be very conducive for more space, especially as it relates to our small groups. So we really think while this is a challenging time, we are uniquely positioned and strategically positioned as a church, both who we are philosophically with our age and our stage and our size, and then just our vision to really have God use us and to advance the gospel in some unique ways. And so I look forward to leading us in that, and would love to talk to you more about it, and you'll be hearing more from us on that. I want to close today by reading Psalm 125. We'll use this as a prayer today. It's a prayer of confidence. It's also somewhat of a psalm of lament, and it's what I'm preaching on tomorrow, but I'm just going to read it this morning to close our time. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abides forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forevermore. For the scepter of wickedness shall not rest on the land allotted to the righteous, lest the righteous stretch out their hands to do wrong. Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, and to those who are upright in their hearts. But those who turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord will lead away with evildoers. Peace be upon Israel, and peace be upon you this day. We look forward to worshiping with you either in person or online tomorrow. Have a great day.